Hi guys, so this video is about our foreigners safe after what happened to radio host Percy Lapid. So here's on the thumbnail is the one in the red shirt. He's a radio host commentator, Percy Lapid. I never watched him, but I was just reading on the article about him. I think he's kind of a uh, he talked about what's going on, like daily life in the Philippines. So, and at the same time, I believe he was kind of critical of ex-president Duterte and also current president Marcos BBM. And then I was just reading the comment, and people will address him as Ka Percy. Ka Percy. When you use the word Ka, letter K and A, that mean almost like a comrade. That's the terms. The most of the communist communist party use. They refer to each one as comrade, and they use the Ka. I'm not quite sure what's that mean. Ka. They attach that. Like in Japanese, they usually attach the son. Like if your name is Peter, they will call you Peter's son, something like that. So in on this particular is they use the C K A instead of C A K A. We pronounce as Ka. So if your name is Percy, it's Ka Percy. So almost like addressing you as a comrade. This is almost like a gesture, especially when you are kind of pro for the poor people, because the communists again they trend to try to like brainwash poor people in joining their movement. So anyway, so it is very complicated. I've been following it for a couple of days and still no real solution yet. They still try to do more investigation, but it seems like according to the family of the one who Mr. Lapid. That's not his real last name. Maybe this is just like an alias. His real last name was Mabasa. I believe it was Mabasa. So according to the family, they believe somebody big name were involved. They just don't want to. Maybe sometime they do that to kind of stain the name of like the president or ex-president. It's politics. As we all know. But this one is gets so complicated. Why is it? Because after the killing, this the one in the thumbnail, the one in the middle, his name is Joey Escoral. He came forward. He said he was afraid for his life because there's a CCTV showing him, and also uh, a photo of his clothing. So he was afraid. So he came forward and he surrendered to the Interior Secretary Abalos, as we can see in this photo right there. And then he kind of shed some light. He said, he was hired with I think with other people. Like there's like in a group like six of them. They get paid for like 550,000 peso. That translates to about 94,000 US dollar. It's almost like 95,000 US dollar. If you think about it, seems like very cheap, right? Life is cheap in the Philippines. For 94,000 to kill a human being. So anyway, they were, and then he also disclosed that He was hired by somebody in the what they call is in the prison. I want to show you this photo of the prison. Um, this is in Manila. It's called Believe It in Muntinlupa. This all the bad people are locked up in this prison, especially those high profile like a drug lord were also kept in this prison. So, and the prison was run by this man, General Bantak. General Bantak is kind of like a flamboyant, he's also like a high profile because of his character. And then I believe I was just reading. I didn't get a chance to really follow him, but I do remember when he was appointed as the bureau director, he was carrying a machine gun, something like that, or like big big rifle or something like that. And it's like this is my protection because the prison was almost like one time I was watching the Senate hearing, and it was being run by the drug lord. The drug lord are so powerful. Don't get don't get misled that they were in prison, but they still got the power. It's almost like like here, like the good, almost like watching the movie The Goodfellas or The Godfather. They were, although they were in prison, but they still have a lot of connection outside. And I remember watching the Senate hearing, and I cannot believe when they were showing that in prison they were able to build their own kubul. Kubul is like their own sanctuary, their own dormitory or something like that. And then it was one time it was showing what it looked like. I mean, it looked like it's almost like a Playboy Playboy mansion suite. Inside, they have air condition. This is a drug lord. They build their own room with air condition, with bar, you name it, all the luxuries. You will not believe that this was inside the prison. And also I remember watching President Duterte talk about it, that sometimes they even manufacturing their drugs in the prison. So you can see it's so corrupt, right? Corrupt because the drug lord were giving money to the whoever in charge. So whoever in charge get hand up. And then if you are like a straight guy, you want to do the right thing. I think that's what, like General Bantak, that's what I was reading. Sometimes they will make something and then complicate that you, and they will say that, hey, you know what, he's the one on the take or something like that. So they will smear you, and then hopefully you get fired, and they put a new guy that will be friendly to them. So they got lots of say. But anyway, what happened here is when this guy came forward, his name is Joey. He was the alleged gunman. He did confess to shooting the radio personnel. He said that he was this was order from the inside of the prison, and then he named 3 people. But then also what happened is, according to the news, there's a middleman, a middle name. The name was Mendoza, and then after like a few days, he died. And at the initial report, it was said it's like a heart attack, and then but when they when they go to much detail, and then the investigation find out that it was not a heart attack, but it was it's a murder. Somebody put a plastic, try to suffocate that middleman. The middleman is the one who contact that Joey from the outside, because according to the sister, and then here's a photo of the sister of the middleman Mendoza. This sister right here, according to her, that the middleman, Mendoza, and this guy Joey were like hometown kids. They know each other, and they used to do that. They are the hitmen. That's what they do. It's their job. So then this, but of course, I don't. Of course, when she was saying that, she did not say that it was Mendoza who hired Joey to do the job. No, she didn't say that. And actually, his brother has something similar to that case, that's why he's in prison, but he did not order that, according to the sister, I believe. So the sister now went to seek the help of the Tulfo brother. I think it's the head of the SWD, to seek for like a protection, witness protection. And now that some kind, this got complicated now. Bantak is getting, is being tagged as one of the 160, what do you call this, personal of interest. Can you imagine that 160 as a personal of interest? And he was suspended temporarily, and because of complication, and and now he was not happy, so he's speaking out. Said, why me? Why? Yeah, if you think about it, it's kind of very complicated. I don't know. Does he have any connection with the radio personality? I don't know. Or is he a Paul guy? It's hard to tell. It's Philippine politics, but let's not go. Because right now, it's just like it's still under investigation. So I just kind of try to share with you what's going on with that Percy Lapid story. Anyway, the thing is, I want to share with you: is it safe for the foreigner with this happening? Right now, I think this is a very challenging time for the new president, and for me, as long you don't get involved in politics, it's safe. Philippines is safe. Especially if you are a foreigner, try to stay away from politics, or not. Even don't talk about the politics when you're in the country. When you are, when you're on a visitor visa, you should refrain from talking about local politics. I think we all know that, but sometimes people cannot help like to talk about things, right? But as long you stay away from politics, you'll be okay. When I was still in the Philippines, I was young. I was a teenager. I was still very young. I love politics, but I don't talk about politics. I just listen. I listen. I listen to both sides. I listen to the of course the government, and then I also listen to the opposition, because I was young, I was curious, and I like free speech, at that time. But when I was growing up, we are under martial law. Martial law is totally different. You're not allowed to say much about the government. And but I did share this video before. I did share my experience living under martial law. I have no problem because I don't get involved with it, with the politics, and I think for me it was much safer during those time. It was much safer because before Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law, it was Philippines was in a chaos, with drugs and with the influence of the communists at that time. It's not only in the Philippines, but I think it's spreading at that time. So and then you have a choice. You want people said the late President Marcos was corrupt. I mean, we have seen it. We have seen it that maybe there's a corruption, but at the same time, he also do a lot of good things for the country. He has built those road, build bridges, and build some like cultural center. I remember that. And he did a lot of good things, and he also protect the people from the bad element. So you just have to kind of balance it, and see. But I have no problem. When I was in the Philippines, I feel at that time it was much safer. Um, and now is it safer? I don't know. I'm not there right now, but I feel like I've been watching Duterte a lot of times. When he tried to, and he has to fight with the bad people, and then he also have to fight with the human right. So it's a lot of it's not easy, I guess, to be the president. Anyway, so I think that's it. I don't want to go into too much politics, but I think if you're a foreigner, as long you stay away from politics, you'll be okay. You don't have to worry about Philippines. It's still a very safe country. Just don't go out to like, especially when you're in the in the south. Don't go to those some people, like especially foreigner, they like to travel by car or by motorbike. You got to be very careful. Make sure you know where you're going, because there's a lot of checkpoint, and this checkpoint is not by the government sometimes. So just be careful. If it's me, I would just remain in the city. So all right, folks, let me know your thought on this video. Thank you again for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye bye.